You say sacrifice,
Yeah.
and on Media Day, you said unsatisfied after winning back-to-back championships. And I go and I look at your resume, I'm like, ooh, it hasn't been a better start to a WNBA career than yours. So take me through the unsatisfied, because when I hear that, I think, oh yeah, she's trying to go get that GOAT title.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what it is. That's what I'm playing for. I'm not just here. I mean, I love the game, but I'm not just here to just kind of be in, like Coach Staley said, I don't want to be average. I don't want to blend. I want to continue to uplift each other and myself, but at the same time, like, it's still things I want to check off. It's still things that I want to do. I don't want to just die down and be like, oh, well, she was good in the first.
The WNBA isn't just setting records, it's igniting a firestorm of controversy. Las Vegas Aces superstar and three-time MVP AJ Wilson just unleashed a scathing attack on Indiana Fever sensation Caitlin Clark, calling for the league to discipline her for what she described as blatant disrespect toward the game. But this fight goes beyond basketball. It's about race, recognition, and the battle for the very soul of women's hoops. Wilson, a dominant force in the league for years, is outraged that Clark, still just a rookie, has been vaulted to the forefront as the new face of the WNBA, and she's making it clear she's had enough.
For Copper Allen and Brittany Griner playing in just her 8th game of the...
Clark, the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, has brought unprecedented attention to the WNBA, smashing viewership records and packing arenas nationwide. But Wilson argues that Clark's meteoric rise isn't solely about talent, it's about privilege. You can be the best black woman in this league and still get swept under the rug, Wilson said, fuming in a recent interview. Meanwhile, Wilson accused Clark of being handed everything on a silver platter. The tension hit a breaking point when Wilson even suggested that Clark should face a lifetime ban for what she sees as a lack of respect toward the veterans who built the league. Is this a genuine call for accountability, or just raw jealousy?
Here's Clark, a good look from 3. She got it! The first 3 in the career of Caitlin.
The WNBA has never witnessed a rivalry this personal, or this explosive, unfold so quickly. Fans are picking sides, analysts are locked in heated debates over fairness, and the league finds itself squarely in the middle of the storm. One thing is certain, this isn't just a battle between players, it's a fight over who gets to define the future of women's basketball. And with Clark standing her ground, the feud is only getting more intense. For the full breakdown, hit that like button, share this with every basketball fan you know, and subscribe for the hottest WNBA takes.
A little fake and drive to the lane, the dish, the leave. Final seconds of the first quarter. Young. Wilson will take the 2.
AJA Wilson isn't just criticizing Caitlin Clark, she's demanding blood. In a fiery post-game rant, the Aces superstar accused Clark of disrespecting the pioneers who built the game, slamming her flashy play style and rapid media takeover as a slap in the face to the league's veterans.
To show she can stretch the floor as well. That was off the mark on that attempt. A'ja Wilson first to the ball, taking on Tina.
This league wasn't built on half-court logo shots, Wilson sneered, taking aim at Clark's now iconic deep threes. It was built on blood, sweat, and tears from players who never got this kind of spotlight. Wilson has called for a league investigation into Clark's conduct, even floating the idea of a suspension. But here's the catch. Clark's so-called disrespect is fueling an explosion of new interest. Games featuring the Fever have seen a staggering 300% spike in attendance, and her jersey sales are off the charts. If the WNBA moves to punish Clark, does it risk killing its own golden goose? Wilson's allies insist that legacy matters. Veterans like Diana Taurasi and Brittany Griner have voiced their support, arguing that Clark's meteoric rise undermines decades of hard-fought progress. But critics are pushing back hard, asking, is Wilson truly defending the integrity of the game, or just trying to protect her own spotlight?
Wilson off the bounce, up and in. They're a frenetic start for both teams. Wilson back to back.
The league office finds itself in a no-win predicament. If they back Wilson, they risk alienating a whole new generation of fans. If they dismiss her, they risk tearing apart the locker room. Behind closed doors, sources say Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is scrambling to mediate, But with Clark standing firm and refusing to apologize, and Wilson doubling down, this feud is far from being resolved.
17 by the end of that first half by the LA Sparks. That's Shakira Austin, Brittany Sykes as well, as that shot is rejected.
Wilson didn't just stop at criticizing Clark's gameplay. She went all in, accusing Clark's rise to fame of being fueled by white privilege. "Let's keep it real," Wilson said. "If I pulled up from 30 every night, I'd be called selfish. When she does it, they call her revolutionary." The accusation has sent shockwaves through the basketball world, with some agreeing that black WNBA stars have long been overlooked, while others argue that Clark's place at the top speaks for itself.
We just mentioned you and Asia winning a championship here. As her resident bestie and former teammate, you've had a front row seat to her ascension through the sport. And I'm just wondering if you can share with America maybe something that they don't realize about her journey.
I mean, AJ has worked tremendously hard. I mean, what you see is what you get. I mean, I've known AJ for a minute, so I mean, she's never changed. I mean, the only thing that's gotten bigger, but she's always been her authentic self, and that's what makes me be proud to be her best.
The numbers tell a complicated story. Clark's social media following far outpaces Wilson's, and she's secured major endorsements from Nike and State Farm, opportunities that even seasoned veterans still dream of. But is that a case of racism, or simply savvy marketing? Even among players, opinions are split. Chicago Sky guard Kennedy Carter threw her support behind Wilson, claiming they elevate the relatable white player, while Phoenix's Sophie Cunningham pushed back, saying, "Caitlin's bringing in money for all of us, why hate on that?" The situation took an ugly turn when some fans weaponized the debate, flooding Wilson's Instagram with racist memes. Meanwhile, Clark's supporters have accused Wilson of playing the victim. In an effort to avoid a PR nightmare, the WNBA has remained silent, but with tensions at a boiling point, staying quiet might just be the worst move of all.
She's got playoffs on her mind. She wants her team to just continue to get better. Skip across on your way.
Here's the irony that Wilson's critics can't seem to let go of. She plays for the Las Vegas Aces, a super team loaded with all-stars like Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum. Meanwhile, Clark is single-handedly dragging the previously struggling Indiana Fever, a team that won just 10 games last season, into playoff contention. AJA wants to talk about fairness, tweeted ESPN's Stephen A. Smith. She's got 3 Hall of Famers beside her, while Caitlin's working with rookies and G-Leaguers. The stats don't lie. Clark leads the league in both assists and usage rate, meaning she's doing more with less. Wilson, on the other hand, thrives in a system where she can take over in spurts, while her teammates help carry the load. Even Aces coach Becky Hammond admitted, "We've got 5 closers on this team." So why is Wilson acting like Clark has it easy? The real issue might be something deeper, legacy anxiety. Wilson, at 27, is in her prime, but Clark, at just 22, is already threatening her throne. If Clark wins Rookie of the Year, a near certainty, or worse, snags an MVP before Wilson secures her 4th, history might remember this era in a way Wilson doesn't want. And that, more than race or respect, could be what's truly eating at her.
You said you don't feel like a celebrity, but you lived in that spotlight really for the last year. What can you kind of describe what that feels like for you, since we can't experience that? And then also, what do you kind of expect the next several months quietly to feel like as you'll be able to just live?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's like everybody's always watching your every move, no matter what.
The Golden State Valkyries had the opportunity to make history by drafting Caitlin Clark, and they passed. In a stunning move, the expansion team opted for seasoned veterans like Tina Charles and Monique Billings instead of the biggest star in women's basketball. Was this a strategic genius move, or a franchise-crippling mistake? Fans flooded online with mixed reactions. Some praised the Valkyries for prioritizing defense, while others slammed the decision as a generational blunder.
You're getting some aerobic fitness in. Good. I need it.
Clark's camp didn't seem fazed by the Valkyries' decision. Sources say she never wanted to leave Indiana, where she's already carving out a legacy as the Fever's savior. But the Valkyries' move speaks volumes. Were they intimidated by Clark's immense shadow? Building a team isn't just about one player, argued Valkyries' GM Mohamed Nain. Yet, with ticket sales struggling in Golden State, critics are quick to ask, if that's the case, then why does Indiana's arena sell out every night?
And what's the best advice that Bet has given you in game this season?
Nobody gives me advice in game. I wish.